Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be episode 1 of my PREGGO Diaries series that I am going to be starting. So be excited for that because that means there's going to be a video every week having to do with pregnancy. So if you're a pregnant girl, you can, for the very first time or whatever, you can kind of experience this with me because this is my first baby and I have no idea what I am doing or anything, so we can do this all together and we could like chat and stuff and ask each other questions and stuff like that. First thing I want to talk about, how did I find out? I noticed my breasts were super tender and they were bigger than they usually would be when it was that time of the month. Usually when it's that time of the month, you know, they're tender and stuff, but they were big. Like I noticed them a little bit bigger, maybe like a size bigger. So I thought that was weird. Because that never really happens, but I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna be like heavy flow, whatever. I also noticed I was super bloated about a week or so before my period, which never happens for me. I'm usually bloated like the day of or a couple days into my period, like maybe 1 or 2 days. So I thought that was weird as well. And then after a week or so, I noticed that I was late 2 days, but since I just felt different and super tired, like I was sleeping for days, we decided to get a pregnancy test. It came out positive. 4 came out positive at home, and then I made an appointment with my doctor, and then that one came out positive. So there was no doubt I was pregnant. So that's how we found out. So first reactions from me and my husband. Well, he was with me throughout the whole thing. I never really keep this stuff from him because, you know, he's my husband. Maybe he was like my boyfriend or something else, then maybe, but I don't keep this stuff from him. Like, I don't see why not. He was just in shock. We were both in shock, excited when I was sitting at the doctor's and she said, oh, your test is positive. I literally froze and just got really teary eyes and just like tears rolling down my face, and she's like, why are you crying? She was like holding my leg. I was like, it's just so many emotions. It's not that I'm not happy, it's just all these emotions going through my head, and I don't know, I just felt like this pressure on my chest, and I think it's the same thing. I was just in shock, and I don't know how my husband felt. He didn't really tell me. You know, guys don't really say their feelings, but I know he was in shock too and a little scared. We still are a little scared because it's always just been me and him in case. So adding another baby, a human, but not just any human, it's like a baby, someone that's gonna really depend on us. Well, not just like Case, but you know, he's kind of more dependent. So independent. So yeah, it's a little scary, but we're super excited for this journey. We are going to be married 6 months before the baby gets here, or 6 years. So I think that's like the perfect time to have a baby in a marriage because we already enjoyed ourselves a lot. I mean, we could have enjoyed more, but we already enjoyed ourselves a lot, and I think it's like a good way. You know, we're starting a family. We're both in our 20s, and I didn't want to be super old when we had a kid because I wanted to be able to play with it and stuff. So yes, we are so excited, and those were our first reactions. Was it planned? Yes, it was planned. We started trying since last April. Yeah, 2015. They found a breast lump on my chest and had to take out my birth control, and from there we decided not to do any birth control methods and just kind of go with it. We were surprised because we didn't think it would happen so fast. It was like less than a year, like 6 months or so that I got pregnant, so it's kind of crazy. Okay, how did I tell my husband and my family? Well, my husband already knew. How I told my family, so the day we found out was Black Friday or Thanksgiving Day. So me and him found out that night. It was like 11, almost 12. So we didn't want to tell anyone. It was too late. So the next day on Friday, we told his parents at night because I was supposed to go Black Friday shopping with his mom. And it was like around 8. And I was like, okay, she hasn't texted me, but she's going to want to go. Usually we would go at the end of the day on Black Friday just so it won't be super busy. So I texted her and I was like, hey, guess what? And then I text her a picture of the tests, like 4 of them. And I was like, you're gonna be a Grammys again. And my niece, my sister-in-law's daughter, calls her Grammys, so that's why I was like, oh, you're gonna be a Grammys again. And then she was like, what? And all this stuff. But then at that time, I left my phone in the living room with my husband, and I went to the room or the bathroom. I don't know what I was doing. And then since I wasn't answering, she called, and then I told my husband to answer it, and then they were talking to him, saying congrats and everything. And then she talked to me. She said congrats. Like, she was really happy and stuff. So that's how I told my in-laws. And then I decided to wait to tell my parents in person because we were going to have breakfast with them that Saturday because my older sister came down from Fresno to visit. So she's like, just wait so we could tell all of them. So I got there that night. I was supposed to tell them over dinner, but I couldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't wait. It's just big news. I couldn't keep it in. It was giving me anxiety. So my mom went to the room. She was a little upset because she has a molar that was like hurting her really bad. She had like a swollen face and everything. So she was in there. So I took the opportunity to go and talk to her. And I told her, but I was like, oh, Mom, I need to tell you something. And then my eyes got super teary and I just kind of looked down. I didn't want to cry, but I started crying, you know, sharing some news with your mom. And she's like, what, you're pregnant? And I was like, yes. And then I just started bawling. And she's like, oh my God, congrats. And she had my baby niece with her, Delilah. And she's like, you're going to be a little, you're going to be a cousin. You're going to have a little cousin and stuff. But she was still in shock. She wasn't really talking to me or anything. She was just talking to Delilah. And I was like, thank God, because I don't know. I just didn't want the attention on me. I just felt better putting it out there. And then my younger sister came in. She's like, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. She's like, oh my God. And then she starts crying. She hugged me. And then my older sister came in and I was like, I told them. And she's like, what? You're supposed to tell them over dinner. I was like, I know, I couldn't hold it in. And she was just like, oh, yay, now everybody knows. Like, I don't know. I don't even remember how things happened, but I just know that everyone was happy except my dad. He was more in shock. He actually almost, or kind of had like a little faint situation in the shower. Like, he fell in the shower and hit his head and kind of like opened his head a little bit. Not that bad, but yeah, my dad was the one who took it more bad, I guess you can say, because he was more in shock and stuff. So yeah, that's how our families found out. So morning sicknesses, yes, I've had really bad morning sicknesses. I've actually had to go to therapy, IV therapy for a year, for a month, just to kind of get me back up and doing better. It helped a lot. Very painful. I actually have like bruises. Can't really see them anymore. Like, they're kind of gone by now. They come back and they'll be back by tonight watch. But it's the only thing that helped me. They gave me suppositories. They gave me a bunch of medicine that I didn't want to take because I felt like it was too much for the baby. So they thought and plus my body was not reacting to it. I would just keep puking and puking. So my doctor decided that I needed IV therapy because it was getting to a point where my pregnancy was going to be at risk because I had lost 13, almost 14 pounds in less than a month. So yeah, really bad morning sicknesses. So moving on to what to expect when expecting. I don't know if this is bad for a lot of people, but for me it's not something I'm used to, like a lot of attention from everyone everywhere. But this is the only time that I will let people be all over me, just because I know pregnancy is like a beautiful thing and people want to be, you know, all over a pregnant girl or whatever. I personally don't. I like to give them their space just because I'm not like that. I don't like a bunch of attention, but that's them. And I guess that's something you can expect when expecting. Also, a lot of like worrying and problems in your marriage. Yes, stuff happen. It's just like something new. When you're dealing with something new in life, no matter if you're married or not, anything is just adds stress to your life and relationship and stuff. So just expect a lot of stress and just kind of learn how to deal with it. We already learned how to deal with it, but it's just taking it one day at a time. Also, I mean, I don't know if this happens to everyone, but I've been getting depression from it. Just like all these overwhelming feelings, like I said, just stress, all this stuff going through your head. My doctor's appointment right now is with the therapist because they want me to go talk to someone, so I hope that helps. I'm just scared. The reason I told my doctor I would like to do the therapy is because I'm scared I would have postpartum depression or whatever it's called. So anything that can avoid that, I will do something, because I want to enjoy my baby after. I don't want to be all like in bed and depressed and feeling like crap. So yeah, I guess that's something you could expect when you're expecting. I mean, everyone is different, so you can go and like look at other videos from other girls, seeing their opinion, but that's just what I see right now. I mean, I'm only like 3 months, so that's what I've noticed right now. Baby names in mind? Yes, we do, but we would like to keep that private. I will give you 2 names, a girl and a guy name. The guy name is Jacob, just because it sounds nice in English, and in Spanish is Jacob, and it goes nice with Ramirez, like Jacob Ramirez, Jacob Ramirez, like it sounds nice. And both are grandparents, like older people in the family and younger people in the family can say the name. And then for a girl, we like Juliana, and in Spanish it would be Juliana. So it kind of sounds the same, you kind of just change the accent. Again, we just want like our grandparents and everyone to be able to say the name, and it sounds pretty with their last name, Juliana Ramirez, Juliana Ramirez. Like it sounds nice. So those are 2 names that I will give you guys. Most likely those are not the names we're going to pick, but those are 2 that we're thinking of, so they might be. Some weird things I've noticed since I've been pregnant is just the attention from pets and little kids. Just weird attention. They always want to be cuddling on me, and again, I'm not that cuddly type and stuff like that, so, but I am actually enjoying it right now. Like when kids want me to hug them, I feel like I'm enjoying it now because I'm getting that maternal love. It just kicks in. It's kind of weird. So yeah, I think that's like something weird that I've noticed. Again, I am very early in my pregnancy, so I would probably answer these questions later on in the pregnancy, and I'm pretty sure the answers are going to change. But those are some of the things that I've noticed that were a little weird. But yeah, guys, that's everything I kind of want to talk about. If you guys have more questions, please leave them down below. If you guys like my PREGGO Diary series, then give this video a thumbs up, and I will be making more. This is just episode 1. I also wanted to announce that I will be vlogging for my pregnancy. I actually have past vlogs, but they all got deleted yesterday. It's okay, we're just gonna move on and vlog from here on. And yeah, I am so excited to be back. You guys cannot believe how excited I am to be able to put makeup on, do my hair, and get all cute and stuff, and not feel horrible. Like I do feel sick, but not like I used to before. And I'm so thankful. Like right now, all I want to do is get out. I hate being home now because I was home so long in bed and I was just miserable. So yeah, okay guys, I have to head out for my appointment, but I will see you guys in my next video. Again, subscribe down below, leave a comment of whatever you guys want, suggestions or anything you guys have for me, and then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more of my PREGGO diaries. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Bye.